All right, you guys, we got to talk about James Cameron and AI. If you guys have been to my live streams before or watched some of my previous videos where I've talked about AI, I'm very passionate about the world of AI for lots of different reasons. We'll talk about those in a moment. But it seems like James Cameron is very invested in using AI as a tool to cut back on cost for filmmaking. And I do want to point out that James Cameron is one of the directors who has always sort of pushed things. He's always out there looking for the next thing to push the art form of filmmaking further. He's sort of a visionary in that way. And I don't always agree with James Cameron. I don't think just because he's a visionary that always makes him right. But let's read this quote here from him, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts on this and explain my position on AI for anybody that may be new to this. So James Cameron says blockbusters can only survive if we cut the cost in half. As a result, he's seeing how AI might assist VFX workflow without laying off half the staff. So right there, that part, the ethical part of it for workers and creative people seems to be something that he wants to keep. So he doesn't want to like get rid of people and just replace them with AI. That's good. I think from an ethical standpoint, from a moral standpoint, from just being a good human being standpoint, that's a good thing. That's good. So I'm happy about that. But I'll talk about my thoughts on AI when we get done with the rest of this quote. If we want to continue to seek the kind of movies that I've always loved and that I like to make and that I will go see, Dune Part 2, or one of my films or big effects heavy CG heavy films, we got to figure out how to cut the cost of that in half. Now, that's not about laying off half the staff at the effects company. It's about doubling their speed to completion on a given shoot or shot. So your cadence is faster and your throughput cycle is faster. And artists get to move on and do other cool things and then other cool things, right? That's my sort of vision for that. Now, this is a full article. There's a lot more in the article from him, but this is kind of the meat and potatoes of his thoughts on AI. And I feel like this is a very fair truncation of what he said. Now, for me, AI, let me give my thoughts on AI before I give my opinion on this. It's very easy. I'm not a fan of generative AI. I think generative AI as it stands in its current state is really an aggregation tool that kind of steals from other artists, whether it be music, animation, visuals, whatever it is. It just kind of steals things and collages them together. So I think from an ethical standpoint, just that portion of generative AI, I can't support that. Not in its current iteration. Maybe 3-4 cycles down the road when we hit like a finite point with our current modern AI and we get something different later. There's an ethical question about that. There's the environmental impact of using AI, which is a completely different conversation to have. It's not good for the environment in its current iteration as well. However, supplemental AI or assisted AI, I don't have too much of an issue with that because if you're writing up I'll just use an example for me. If you're writing up a script for a video and you're writing out your notes and you're trying to put those together, you get all your ideas down and you're like, I just want to organize these ideas. You put your ideas into an AI program. You say, organize this in a way that makes sense. And it pops it back out at you and says, hey, look, this is all your stuff and organized. I don't have an issue with that. But if you tell the AI to write something for you 100% without you doing any work, that for me crosses a line. So I will never, ever be a supporter of generative AI replacing creativity, replacing writers, replacing musicians, artists, people on their jobs. However, that doesn't seem to be what James Cameron is saying here. He is saying he wants to use AI to speed up the process for the actual creative people as a tool, sort of like a pencil or a pen or a keyboard or something that they can use to help them go faster. For our sake, I hope that he truly is genuine about that and that he is capable of figuring out that ethical conundrum. Because right now, studios want to replace people with AI. And that's something that I just cannot condone. I can't co-sign to that. Can't fuck with that at all. So if he wants to speed up the process by using an ethical AI model that helps artists do things faster with their own work, I don't have an issue with that. Like if an artist it's training the AI with its own work and then it's using that AI to make its work faster, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's That is a fair compromise. My biggest fear is whatever James Cameron does to speed up the process for artists will be abused by Hollywood, by the studios, to actually get rid of people. The last thing I want to say here before I wrap up this video is I don't think AI is going away. So I think the idea of like trying to ban AI or prevent AI from being used, I think that is a pipe dream. I think that's a battle that's not worth fighting. I think what James is doing here is the correct way to fight AI by accepting that AI exists, but finding an application for it that doesn't compromise artists. That's the best way to look at this. Now, he might not be the only person doing this. Other people might be out there doing it as well. And hopefully they come to some sort of conclusion that works for everybody, because I think that we really do honestly need ethical uses of AI in Hollywood right now. But this is just my thoughts and opinions. What do you guys think? Are you fans of generative AI? Are you okay with aggregating and stealing artwork to collage together things? Are you okay with that when it comes to like capitalism? Let me know in the comments below. Or are you more on my end of things where I think AI should assist human beings in being more productive? I think that's a really good ethical way to use AI. Or are you like against all AI? You don't like generative, you don't like supplemental, you don't like assisted, you don't like any AI at all. And if that's the case, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions as well. Let me know in the comments below, and then definitely stop in to the Nocturnal Nerdcast. We'll be talking about this and many more topics this week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and leave a like on the video. Thanks a lot.